For her role as lead prosecutor in the OJ Simpson murder case in LA County. That was in the 90s, but it was a crime story that mesmerized our nation. But now, Marcia Clark is crafting her own stories as a fiction writer. She's got a second thriller coming out momentarily, really. Welcome to Austin and KXAN.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
So happy to have you here. I've been reading a little bit about this, and then reading the book itself, and it's got a pacing, it's got some great descriptives. It's fun to read.
I'm so glad. I wanted to deliver the world of being a prosecutor in Los Angeles and a special trials prosecutor specifically, which is what I did. In that unit, the prosecutors work really closely with the detectives, and you basically pick up the case the day they find the body. So it's an unusual way for a prosecutor to work, but it also has a lot of fun. I think a lot of the humor. Cops are funny people.
Yeah.
I know, hard to believe. Nobody believes me, but it's true. So I wanted to have that kind of fun here too.
I can see that weird sense of humor. Now, the main character, Rachel Knight, and she's in the first book, she's sassy, she's kind of fun, she's smart. Is there some Marcia Clark in Rachel Knight?
Well, I'd like to say no, but,
yeah.
But probably her, with the parts where she gets in trouble with the boss and the parts where she gets a little too smart mouth, that's probably me.
How fun. And it's like a new career for you. You wrote the first book, and then now the second one's coming out. I mean, how important is it for you to distinguish yourself and maybe separate your career a little bit from that very highly publicized trial in the 90s with the OJ Simpson prosecution? Well,
it's kind of a segue. People know that I actually walked the walk. They know that I really did it because they saw me doing it. And in that sense, in a kind of general sense, it helps for people to know she knows what she's talking about. So I'm delivering a lot of the truth of the world in general, even though I make up the stories, and hopefully with a lot of suspense, thrills and chills, and all kinds of murder and mayhem. They know that at the end of the day, I'm going to tell it kind of the way it really happens.
Well, where do you get the ideas? I mean, it's got to be some truth in there. You write about what you know, obviously.
Yeah, that's what they say, right? What you know.
Right.
Yeah. And it does help having done the job. I don't have to worry about doing as much research as some others do. But yeah, the way a courtroom really works, the way cases really get investigated, I was able to put all of that experience in.
You must have fun with the dialogue, too. I mean, right up second chapter, there's this huge kerfuffle in one of the courtrooms, and the characters are introduced in kind of a dramatic, fun way. Does that stuff actually happen when people are shouting and yelling and fighting in the hallways?
Yeah, it does. It actually does.
Yeah.
It has, and even in the courtroom. I don't know why I was one of those lucky ones, and I don't mean really lucky, lucky, to be in a courtroom when the defendant went crazy and threw tables and threw punches, and so things like that do happen.
Now, you still keep your feet in the fire a little bit. You've consulted and done some media work with the Casey Anthony trial and that kind of thing, so must keep yourself fresh and keep the ideas coming for the books.
Oh, everything. Everything gives me ideas for the books wherever I go, and every news story, like the kind of news stories you talk about.
Well, yeah, Trayvon Martin, for example. Are you following that?
Yes. Following that, I've been commenting on that on AC360 on CNN, and for Jane Villas-Mitchell on HLN.
Sure. And what's your quick take on that? I mean, we haven't seen anything quite like this before, have we? What do you think is going to, I won't ask for a potential verdict, but I mean, is it changing the way America is, cases like this?
Well, I think it's making America look at the way it is. It's kind of, it was a good thing, I think, that everybody shined the spotlight on it in order to get them to investigate and to then find the evidence that was there and determine that an arrest was proper. And I just hope that everything keeps going forward in a legal manner so that we can find out what really happened.
And let me ask you really quickly, just to wrap up here, you're in Austin. You're going to stay for more than a night. I know you've got this reading tonight, but have you been here before? Do you like the town?
I love the town. I couldn't wait to come back. I was here for the Austin Book Festival last year. So much fun. It was wonderful. So tonight I'm going to book people. At 7 o'clock we have a Q&A and book signing. It'll be really fun. And I hope I get to come back real soon. Austin's fantastic. It's just wonderful.
All right, and that's 7 p.m. at Book People. Marcia Clark, what a real pleasure to have you in. I look forward to finishing the book.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
All right, outstanding.